Sweet Tea literally had a Cinderella story the last couple years of her life. Follow me here.
Let's be real, what's a day on the internet without funky Dineva, stirring the pot and serving up the latest drama, straight with no filter? Well, this time he didn't hold back. He had a lot to say about Sweet Tea and Dr. G and their unexpected exit from Married to Medicine. And according to Funky, this wasn't just about ratings or a lack of storyline, it was personal. Very personal.
She gets thrown on a TV show. Like, that is a lot for any regular person living a regular old life, and overnight they get married and get put on a TV show. Like, most people would dream to have a situation like that. And I know that that girl, her family was excited.
Dineva believes Sweet Tea was never meant to be a long-term cast member. In fact, he says she was used. Her entire appearance on the show, including her relationship with Dr. G, was designed with one goal in mind: to target Quad. It wasn't about introducing Sweet Tea to fans or telling her story. It was about creating chaos and shifting the spotlight. And Sweet Tea? She had no idea what she was walking into. She thought she was starting a new chapter in life, just a woman in love, newly married, ready to enjoy a peaceful life. But instead, after she slipped into Dr. G's DMs and things moved quickly, she found herself thrown into the high-stress world of reality TV without asking for it. Suddenly, she was on national television, involved in a whirlwind of drama she didn't cause. According to Funky, once the storyline didn't take off the way producers expected, Sweet Tea was no longer needed. She became what he called collateral damage. Just another pawn in a bigger game. And that's when everything started to fall apart.
I know she started building sandcastles in the sky of like all the things she wanted to do with her life and do with the money, and then bam, this happened.
The first clear sign that Sweet Tea was mentally checking out came during a live video she posted on Mother's Day. At first, fans thought it was just a sweet gesture to honor the moms. But if you listen closely, she was sending a message. She talked about needing things to feel right. She needed peace and clarity in her life, and it was clear that the show wasn't giving her that. She explained that being authentic and protecting her mental health meant more to her than being famous or staying on camera. She told her side of the story, not for attention, but to show others that her journey had value, even if it didn't come with the kind of reality TV drama people were used to. She made it clear she wasn't willing to sacrifice herself just to be on a show. That live video? It was a quiet goodbye. But not long after, Sweet Tea confirmed it loud and clear in another video. She was done with Married to Medicine. After just 2 seasons, she was walking away. She didn't sugarcoat it either. She flat out said the drama just wasn't worth it. While she stayed calm and classy, Funky Dineva was already online telling everyone what was going on behind the scenes. Before the network even said a word, Funky spilled the tea. Dr. G and Sweet Tea weren't coming back. He didn't guess. He stated it with confidence. According to him, they weren't included in the upcoming season at all. He wasn't just speculating, either he has real connections in the industry. Funky has been around long enough to know what's really going on. When he talks, people in the reality TV world listen. In his usual playful way, he even joked about having to remove his wig to enter the conversation, but make no mistake, he came with facts. Funky didn't just say they were gone, he explained why. And it had nothing to do with bad ratings or lack of interest. The truth, according to him, was way more complicated and a lot messier. Funky didn't just spill the tea. He knocked over the whole kettle. He said Sweet Tea wasn't just thrown into reality TV randomly. She was put into a storyline that wasn't even about her. The entire purpose of bringing Dr. G and Sweet Tea back on the show was to create tension with Quad, Dr. G's ex. The producers knew exactly what they were doing. They believed that by showing Dr. G's new wife, it would trigger old feelings, bring out conflict, and create explosive TV moments. They saw Sweet Tea as the perfect new character to shake things up. What they didn't expect was that she would refuse to play that role. Sweet Tea came in thinking she'd be herself, just a woman navigating marriage, maybe showing her life on screen. But instead, she was being cast as a villain in someone else's drama, and she didn't even know it. And when she didn't give producers the chaos they wanted, they quickly moved on. She was brought into a storyline that was never meant to uplift her or tell her truth. It was meant to provoke someone else. She went from living a normal life to suddenly being in the middle of a messy reality show. At first, it seemed like a fairy tale: new love, sparkling ring, happy beginning. But when she didn't play the part they'd written for her, everything fell apart. The spotlight turned off. The story shifted, and she was quietly pushed out. Now, let's talk about Dr. G. Whether you liked him, disliked him, or never really formed an opinion, he wasn't just sitting quietly on the sidelines. He was a part of all this too. Funky Dineva says Dr. G knew what he was doing when he came back to Married to Medicine. It wasn't about showing growth or sharing his life with Sweet Tea. It was about relevance. After being off the show for a while, he saw a chance to return, and with a new wife on his arm, no less. But think about it, why would he return to a show that exposed all the chaos from his past with Quad, unless he knew there was a plan? Funky believes Dr. G didn't create the setup, but he sure didn't stop it either. He let Sweet Tea walk into this situation, fully aware that she was being placed in a tricky position. And when things started to go south, he stayed in the background. He didn't step in to protect her, and he didn't speak up when things got rough. As Sweet Tea slowly realized what was happening, they sat together on reunion couches, pretending everything was fine. But people started turning on her. And Dr. G? He wasn't exactly running to defend her. Funky even joked that Dr. G's bow tie might be hiding his avoidance of responsibility. The man stayed calm, maybe too calm, while Sweet Tea took the hits. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Funky Dineva says this all boiled down to performance. In reality TV, it's not about your relationship, your job, or your background. It's about how much drama you can bring. The producers wanted Sweet Tea and Dr. G to stir the pot, to bring bold energy, and to challenge Quad. But that didn't happen. Instead of fiery confrontations, they got awkward moments and quiet tension. The big scenes the producers were hoping for never happened. Sweet Tea didn't go off at the reunion. She didn't fall for the traps. And Dr. G? He was just there. No big speeches, no fights, no drama. Just present. In the world of reality TV, if you're not creating drama, you're supposed to be supporting someone else who is. But Sweet Tea didn't do either. Not because she couldn't, but because she chose not to. And that made her expendable. But here's where things take a turn for the better. After her time on Married to Medicine ended, Sweet Tea didn't disappear. Instead, she decided to share her story her own way. She started creating content on YouTube, where she controls her own narrative. She doesn't have to play a role or deal with setups. She just gets to be herself. And she's not alone anymore. She's joined a new group of women, the Dr. Wives of Atlanta, a platform where she can connect with others like her in a healthier, more positive space. It's a fresh start, and she seems genuinely happier. The videos show her laughing more, smiling bigger, and telling her story with confidence. There's no script, no hidden motives, just real life. And honestly, she looks good doing it. Maybe walking away from Bravo was exactly what she needed. Looking back at everything Funky Dineva shared, it's clear that Sweet Tea wasn't brought on the show to thrive. She was used as part of a bigger strategy to stir up drama with Quad. And once that plan didn't work, she was let go without much care. She was once seen as a key piece of the puzzle, but when things didn't pan out, she was tossed aside like she never mattered. Funky made it clear, Sweet Tea was never meant to stay. She was brought in to shake things up. If she didn't bring the ratings or the tension, they didn't need her. No one protected her, not Dr. G.I., not the producers. As soon as filming stopped, so did the support. One fan on Twitter put it perfectly, "Sweet Tea deserves better. She's glowing now, but reality TV chewed her up and spat her out." Another added, "Funky Dineva isn't lying. Bravo didn't want real, they wanted chaos." So what do you think? Was Sweet Tea used by Bravo in a twisted reality TV chess game? Or was it just a show gone wrong? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you're still here, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, because as we've seen, the drama's far from over.